So what brought me to Indeed was an opportunity to build a world-class software engineering center in Singapore.
I was very excited about being part of this environment where I have a big amount of contribution to growing the site.
Aside from the fact that we're trying to transform the hiring industry, we're trying to also transform someone else's life.
We are introducing transparency to the market, closing the gaps between the job seekers and the employers.
The one thing I really liked about Indeed in terms of culture, it's very open, it's very transparent, the leaders are very close to you. You can even walk up to the leaders and ask them a question.
When I joined, I spent 1 month in onboarding and I was like, wow, this is different. Over here, they make very concentrated efforts to make sure you're part of the team.
People really work to be egoless. They want to make the right decisions. They want those decisions rooted in data and informed by data.
We have pretty good collaboration between product engineering and UX. We all sit together, we are all kind of working closely together in little squads. We are working to really grow the team fast.
The idea of the Gong project is to introduce new hires to Indeed's engineering framework within the first week to give them an experience of how is it like to push code out to production so that they feel that they can make an impact.
We're building product that's going to have global reach, global impact. It's deep tech, it's deep product. We're doing stuff that is fundamental to the Indeed product portfolio.
It does require a certain bit of being able to switch roles if needed or being able to put on multiple hats.
We're also looking at people who have a sense about how to solve problems, to come up with solutions, not to abstract computer science problems, but to fundamental product problems.
You should come to work with Indeed if you like to innovate, if you have great ideas, if you like to learn, if you like to try something new, where you know you have great people who will share your idea and help take that forward with you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming down, and attending our Indeed Career, webinar today. So today we have Mitchell with us, who is an email marketing associate with Indeed, and he'll be talking more about, what he's been doing, and how does he help people get jobs, according to our mission statement. So for Indeed itself, if you have not heard about us, we are a job search engine. So basically, once you're on our website, what you have to do is to just enter what you're looking for and where you're looking for the job at, and then generally we'll be able to match you to suitable jobs. And if you're looking for opportunities with us, this is one of the jobs that we have within Indeed. So stay tuned, and then we'll hand it over to Mitchell to tell you more about it. Mitchell, over to you.
All right, thanks, Alan. Hi guys. So let me just share my screen first. Give me a moment. Yeah, I hope you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Yeah, so hello guys, my name is Mitchell, and I'm actually currently working with Indeed as an email marketing associate. Firstly, on behalf of Indeed, thank you guys for joining us. So we appreciate everyone who's here to actually learn more about my role, especially for today's talk. And so I was hired with Indeed as an email marketing associate. So currently I'm working with the International Employee Engagement Team. So as the name suggests, we do a collaboration with our international partners, and we deliver our products or our services to the international market around the world where Indeed is. And so we're all based here in Singapore. My whole team is actually based here in Singapore, and this specific role was actually newly created by Indeed last year, and I'm the only one in Indeed with this role. So yeah, in a way, it's quite special for me. So yeah, they kind of created the role just for me to be part of it. So just moving on. Just a little background about myself. So I graduated from NTU in 2016 with the bachelor's in computer science. So I believe some of you guys are actually doing computer science as well. And if you do realize that we actually deal with more with like software development part aspect in our course. So the role that I'm actually having now is kind of a new role. It's something that I'm doing quite fairly new for me as well, but it's something that is there is kind of a crossover between what we do back in university and this role, because we deal with HTML, CSS, those kind of basic stuff here. So so right after NTU, once I graduated from NTU, actually went on to my first job. I actually joined Tata Consultancies. So I joined them in a graduate program. So it was a 3 months program where we actually learned the basics of JavaScript, CSS, and Java, the middleware. And yeah, so it was a 3 month program. We actually learned and we did projects. We understand the fundamentals of it, because they wanted to train everyone to have a fundamental aspect before we were actually placed into a account, an account being a project. So in this case, I was lucky enough to be placed into DBS. So that's where I was for about 1.5 years. I worked on 3 different projects, and so most of the projects were actually develop internal solutions to their requirements, and we produce these kind of outcomes for them to actually use, for different people within DBS to use. And one of the projects, thankfully for me, I actually helped to support the construction of the chatbot. So if you notice, if you go on to DBS website, you see a chatbot at the bottom right hand corner. So the AI aspect integration, so actually working with it for a good 6 months, I believe. Yeah, so I did understand the kind of a whole how the industry worked when I was working with Tata Consultancy. So I was actually mainly involved in the fintech industry. So this is what my beginning was actually like, where I actually learned a lot. And right after these projects, I moved on to another consultancy. So this is similar to Tata Consultancies, which is an Indian consultancy. This GFI was actually a French consultancy. So they're quite big in France. And coming from France, one of the biggest client here in Singapore is actually BNP Paribas. And I was actually working with them for 1.5 years as well. And I was involved in the digital transformation project globally. So most of the softwares, the processes were kind of digitalized to kind of optimize the whole process, since we are moving into a technologically advanced years. I mean, we're having the technology is rapidly evolving and stuff. So it was really quite good to be involved in such a project. So I was actually the lead front end developer. So most of the codes I actually developed in was actually Angular. It's a kind of product from Google. So it's a language from Google, a language framework from Google. So I kind of developed the whole software from Angular and produced for them. It's mainly for the wealth management department. And thankfully for me, the software that I developed actually won one of the Wealth Management Innovation Awards last year. And to be part of it, I think it gives me a great sense of accomplishment, because a product that you actually, once you come out of the university, when you're fresh and new, receiving some kind of motivation, actually kind of springs you forward in the career. So right after this, actually I had an offer. I had an offer from Indeed. So it was kind of precarious for me, because I was actually in the fintech industry, and moving over to Indeed was a totally new kind of industry, where it's a job search domain. It's a totally new kind of area of expertise for me. But nevertheless, I actually took the risk, and I actually I love the whole idea of working in Indeed, the culture and what they actually stand for. So mainly that's why I actually took a leap into Indeed. So what do I do every day? So before I tell you what I do every day as an email marketing associate, I would like to tell you what Indeed does. Everyone in Indeed does every day. We help people get jobs. So this is Indeed's main mission. At the end of the day, whatever role anyone does, or even the role that I'm doing, ultimately it leads to one goal. We help people get jobs. So this is a very important mission for all of us, because we realize that whatever we do has an end result. So we whatever we do, what kind of jobs, whether big or small, no matter which country we are in, we do help people who are finding for jobs get a preferred job, or help companies find their right perfect candidate for their jobs. So it has a meaning to everything we do, and because of that, it gives us a purpose in the things that we do. So we do it with passion, we do it with a dedication as well. So it's very important in that sense when you're working in something to understand why you're actually doing it, And for me, this is the reason why I'm doing it and why I actually joined Indeed. So moving on. So what I do as an email marketing associate. So my daily job scope revolves around this marketing software called Marketo. It's a product from Adobe, and it's a platform that is designed to kind of automate a marketing task and also help the business assess their whole kind of environment and stuff. So as you can see, some of the features includes like lead tracking, lead nurturing. So what we call in lead is basically the people that we are working with. So most of the people that are working with are actually the employers. So like my team name, International Employer Engagement, we do work mainly with employees to kind of understand why they are searching for a candidate, what kind of candidate they are searching for, and to actually track what they do, not in a very weird way, tracking, not like a stalking way, but to understand why we are actually helping them, to understand a certain way we're building a certain email campaign for them and stuff. So basically what we try to nurture each of our clients and to understand what they want. And another important aspect in Marketo is a campaign analysis. So as in, we build email campaigns trying to kind of get the clients, the employers on board into to host their jobs onto the Indeed platform to understand different things. So certain things like, why did a company decide to unsubscribe from an email? Why did a company click a certain link in the email? So we kind of analyze every single aspect of the email with the things that we do with this software. And on top of that, I believe some of you guys have actually heard about a thing called A/B testing. So A/B testing basically means trying to find out the best version of a certain email that actually goes out to the user. So so in this case, when you place a certain subject in an email compared to another email we send out to different groups of users, we try to find out which subject line actually performs better. Or in another reference I can make is like placing different placement of the objects within the email can generate a different kind of response from the clients as well. So we do this kind of email A/B testing to find out which is actually the best email to send out to actually have a higher success rate, click-through rate and stuff. So these are some of the many things we actually perform in this task. And on top of that, we do work with many stakeholders. So our stakeholders are all based in the US. As you know, Indeed is a US company. So our stakeholders mainly in Texas. So we do have a very big time difference of 12 to 13 hours depending on where they are. So we kind of have to collaborate with them. Some days where we have to work early, some days we have to work night. But yeah, we have to have that kind of proactive understanding and proactive initiative when we kind of do our job, especially in my role where I'm the product team and we do kind of liaise with them off like in different hours, in very odd hours you would say. But yeah, there's benefits to that as well. So some of the competencies I actually found out through my job. I mean, that basically there's a lot of competencies that you need, and it's quite subjective to different job role. And in my case, for 1 year, I've been working with Indeed for a good 1 year plus. And these were some of the competencies that actually highlighted that actually helps in my job. So firstly, you have to be well knowledge in terms of the software. The software is a standalone software, and it's something that you really need a good understanding of. So without knowing how it works, it will be difficult for you to understand what you need to kind of how you build your campaigns and stuff. So having a good understanding, having to go through online learnings and stuff actually helps you to be more competent in your and productive in what you do in your everyday job. Next, like I said earlier, being proactive. So in this role, you have to be proactive in many sense, starting with engaging with your stakeholders, engaging with your team, engaging with your product manager. So there are many people that you need to work with to understand why you're doing it. So if there's an issue, you need to be quick to rectify. And if there's something that you don't understand, you have to be quick to actually get it clarified. So you have to be kind of on your toes in your job, I would say. But ultimately, everyone Indeed actually helps you out. So there's no one that actually who doesn't want to help you out. Everyone Indeed is really friendly. They even for me when I started my job, I could actually reach out to anyone, anytime, and even if it's slightly out of their working hours, they actually happy to actually reply back to help me understand the process and stuff. Next, I think this goes this goes on for every job and every role that you work. You need to have a good communication skill. So this is something that I found out is very important, especially when you're engaging with multiple stakeholders in your project. So having a good communication skills actually helps to aid your kind of your process, helps you to optimize your process and deliver better results. Because when you're clear and concise in your communication skills, you get a very clear, concise reply from your stakeholders, understanding your what you're about to do and stuff. So this is something that's very important, especially when most of the time you're actually going to talk to them in a non basically in a non face-to-face environment. So most of it will be an email or through a platform called Slack that we use to engage with each other. And some days we do set up face-to-face call if it's a really urgent. So you really have to have good communication skills in this case. And next, flexible. Flexible in the sense that you have to have a very flexible work timing. Like I said earlier, the time difference between us in Singapore and US is close to 12 to 13 hours. So there are days where you have to wake up slightly earlier, probably like 8 a.m. or stay up slightly later, probably like 10 p.m., 11 p.m. to discuss things with the US counterparts. But one of the most understanding thing about Indeed and your team, your managers, is that they do allow you to have a very flexible work time. So if you're staying up late at night, you can report back to work later in the day, probably at 11 a.m. to start work 11 a.m. and stuff. So they're very understanding in that sense to have a very flexible schedule, and they do allow it because they know that you're working late at night. And yeah, this is something that is very important when for me, when it comes to working in any kind of role, to have a very flexible timing option. Yeah. And as every jobs with a team, you need to be a good team player. Without being a good team player, I think it's going to be difficult for you to kind of talk, to kind of engage and get things done. So yeah, as usual, good team players is a very important part of our groups here in Indeed when we work in different teams. And last but not least, we deliver with high quality. So to be credible with most of your stakeholders, delivering with high quality is quite important. So they kind of trust you doing a project, and they do not kind of micromanage. So they know, okay, I'm going to give you a job. This team, I trust they're going to get the job done. I'm going to give them a timeline, and they will deliver it within that timeline, where there won't be too many micromanaging in between, where they keep asking how's the progress and stuff. So there's no such thing here as micromanaging. There might be in a case a few here, but in my case so far, I haven't had a very high level of micromanaging done by anyone. We are given our space to deliver our products, and when we do it, we deliver it high quality. So that's what we usually do. So why did I join Indeed? Like I said, I was previously from the fintech industry. So jumping to a new kind of industry here in like a job search portal like in US, in a company like Indeed, is going to be a risk for me because I'm quite comfortable. I've been working in the fintech for 3 years, so why not continue? So I decided, why not try something new, something different? And a few things that I found in Indeed that actually enticed me to come here was actually that they really give a big kind of care into your career development. They care about what you want to do, what you want to aspire to be. And so that's something that's very important to me. Besides money, of course, like your salary is important as well. But for me, at such a young age, learning many skills is as important as well, because as technology is rapidly advancing, if you were to learn a certain technology and stay with it, you will be obsolete probably in a few years' time. So you have to reskill yourself, and it's going to be difficult for you once you're older. Your skill set is probably going to be a bit backdated. So keeping in sync with the technology is very important for me. So as you can see, Indeed offers a tuition reimbursement of 5,250 USD towards your education cost after you complete 1 year in Indeed. So this is to allow you to upskill yourself to keep in demand with the ever-growing technology here. So that's one important aspect why I actually came to Indeed. Next is friends Indeed. Like the slogan says, it pays to have friends. So it is a very interesting friend referral program where if you refer your friends and they successfully get a join Indeed, you get a very interesting amount of reimbursement that is given to you. This is something that I found very interesting, because in all my other companies, no matter if you were to refer a friend, you don't really get a compensation, or probably the compensation is quite little, but indeed it's quite attractive. So they allow you to, they kind of promote friends coming to work with you, so to complement your work and to allow to kind of engage others as well, to kind of bring more people in. So it's quite interesting the way Indeed works with these kind of programs like the friend referral programs and brand ambassadors. So this is something that I am, and probably Ellen is as well. So we are both like brand ambassadors in Singapore. So what we do is we share our passion working in Indeed, and it's as easy as taking an Instagram story and tagging Indeed, and when you do that, you get rewarded. You get rewarded in the sense that you get rewarded with store points, where you can go into the Indeed store and you can buy merchandise and perks that is quite exclusive to Indeed people working in Indeed and stuff. So you don't have to pay using your cash. You can pay using points, and 1 point is usually equivalent to $1. So it's quite valuable to earn points. And we're actually proud to be proud ambassadors. We're trying to show everyone that how life is working in Indeed, what are the great things that we do, what are the compensation, what are the perks that Indeed offers in every office, to kind of show how diverse we are in terms of our culture, work culture. So in any desk-bound job, when you're working from 9 to 6, you're always going to be sitting behind a computer, sitting down in a chair, and probably some days living a very unhealthy life. So Indeed actually cares about your wellness. So they offer many competitive and wellness challenges, wellness program that is designed and catered for you for free, of course. So where you can actually take part in and stuff. So that is one thing that's actually important, because you don't want to be like to lead an unhealthy lifestyle. So they do provide opportunities for you to care about your health, your mind, and you can even go on your own. You can join some wellness programs within Indeed during your work hours, and don't just leave work for at the side for a moment and just like channel your mind into like your healing, your inner healing and stuff. So this is something that Indeed provides. So another reason why we also need to do wellness is because Indeed provides a wide variety of snacks. So those are like unlimited supply that is stocked up in the pantry. So anytime, any day that we want, we can actually go out to take a few back to our desk to eat anytime during our work hour and stuff. So yeah, I mean, with this kind of options, we do need to exercise and stuff. So that's why I think probably the Indeed wellness kind of complements this kind of lifestyle here in Indeed. And yeah, this is another fun thing that we usually do in Indeed. We do have company events and happy hours. So in this kind of programs, what we do is we get everyone within Indeed, no matter what kind of departments, where you are from, what kind of job you do, together to leave job behind and probably to celebrate events, celebrate someone who's probably had a very role transition, holiday parties and stuff. So basically gives everyone an opportunity to get together, to get to know one another. And of course, there's free food, free drinks, and everyone just comes together, have a good quality time before they head home and stuff. So it's a very fun and engaging culture in Indeed that they promote, and which is actually important to a kind of a job, any job that you're in, to understand not that work isn't fully all about work. It's also about getting to know people, but to network and to have a good time at work. So this is Paul Wolf. Paul Wolf is one of the senior vice president of the human resources of Indeed. So as his quote says, we believe the world and our workplaces are a better place when we celebrate and support each other's unique differences. There is greatness within us all and within the powerful combination of our skill, passion, and experience that lies in each and every individual. So as this quote summarizes, in Indeed, we celebrate each other's differences, each other's uniqueness, and we have a very inclusive culture. No matter what kind of background you're from, any kind of community that you are with, doesn't matter where you come from, what kind of language you speak, we have a very inclusive community, and it's something that Indeed strives to work harder on every day. So it's very important in a sense, especially when in Singapore, when you have a diverse group, racial group. So yeah, having an inclusive community is very important. And as because of that, you don't have to worry about who you are. You just have to bring your real self to work every day. And no matter who you are and stuff, Indeed always strives to make people feel comfortable and provide them a safe and supportive environment to actually work and also to progress in their career as well. So this is something that I don't think many organizations out there kind of hold it hold it high in terms of priority. And Indeed does this, do it not only in Singapore but globally as well. So this is something that I'm very proud of, and actually the reason why I'm proud to work with Indeed is mainly because of the inclusion and diversity that they actually focus on, no matter where you are in the parts of the world. So as you can see, these are some of the inclusion groups that we have in Indeed. So to name a few, like we have the Asian Network Group, where we celebrate the Asian community to understand the cultural differences and stuff, the Black Inclusion Group, the iPride Inclusion Group, where we celebrate and support the LGBTQ plus community, the Women in Indeed, and also veterans and allies who were actually previously in the military, who actually joined us in here. So we probably we honor them, we support them, we actually empower the military community here. On top of that, those who are probably married and stuff, we actually have a parents and caregiver inclusion group. So for parents to come together to understand how to build a safe and encouraging environment to ensure their success in Indeed. So yeah, this is just a few of the inclusion group. There are many others. So yeah, you can explore when you go into the Indeed's website. So one important thing is also Indeed works when talented and passionate people come together. So we do not work individually in any team. We always work as a group. So the main reason why I actually came over was also to summarize was actually these 4 main reasons. There is a bounty of perks with Indeed. It provides a variety of benefits, not just with your compensation package, but also with the something called the open paid time offs. Yeah, so you're free to take time offs as much as you want, and to kind of clear your mind and your take care of your health, not just focusing on work every day and stuff. And life and work, we keep it balanced. So we always Indeed always trust that we employees, we actually manage our time best to work, to kind of produce the best results for them. So they're very flexible in timing. Some days when you have to leave earlier out to work to kind of to go to your family or have to attend to different needs, you're allowed to do it. All you have to do is just let your manager know, and they won't stop you back. So you always keeps a very balanced life and work, and that's what they promote as well here in Indeed. And as like I said earlier, and you can see in my background, we help people get jobs. Even though we have a very serious mission, we have a relaxed office culture. So we are given a private workspace, we have private areas to focus. It's like a shared concept kind of thing. And we also have, one thing I love about Indeed is we have a very casual dress code. So we don't have to wear formal t-shirts, formal pants, coats and stuff like previously when I was working in the fintech industry every day. You know, it's a very hassle. You know, we have to iron your clothes at the middle of the night to come for the next day and stuff. So polish your shoes and stuff. So it's quite annoying. But here in Indeed, we have a very casual attire. So you can just come in with a normal shirt, a jeans, sometimes berms, covered shoes and stuff, and you can just come and work. So they're all open into this kind of a relaxed office culture and stuff. And most importantly is to have a healthy, to be healthy in the body and mind. So like I explained earlier, the wellness program that we were talking about that Indeed has. So there are many opportunities for you to kind of like de-stress, to come out of work, and Indeed provides this kind of focus for everyone. So for those of you who are currently probably in the first year and second year, in the future when you guys are looking for internship program, you guys can always head down to Indeed.jobs to actually find for internship placements here. And we did, as you can see from the bottom left-hand corner, these are some of our interns previously that we have right now who actually converted to, some of them have converted to a full-time job here in Singapore. And it provides a lot of opportunities for you as well. So you can come and learn about how Indeed works, different kind of internship placements that we have. And it'd be fun if you guys are like you to find a job here in Indeed and stuff. And for those who are actually graduating, fear not. You can always find us at Indeed.jobs to learn more about us, to kind of to learn what we do every day and job positions that we are in. And I hope to see you guys in the future joining us in Indeed. All right. Thank you, everyone. And Ellen, back to you.
Hey, hello everyone. Thanks, Mitchell. That's a very interesting talk you have there about Marketo. Yeah, so like Mitchell said, the Marketo role is really quite interesting in the sense that it's really new for Singapore, and it's one of a kind in APAC, kinda. So it's really something that we are really trying out to make sure that job seekers like yourself, or even other employers who are looking to hire people have a better experience in terms of getting outreach to job users or other users in any sense, right? So, understand that now currently, we don't have any questions in the Q&A session yet. But I just wanted to highlight to you guys that we have two other talks that's happening later this week and next week itself. So if you have received the email from us about the events, we have one software engineer talk on Friday, and also another talk on Monday itself, which is more catered towards a woman in tech. So if you're interested in those topics, do join us over there. But in the meantime, we also have a few positions that we're hiring for. So if you're interested to join us as a software engineer intern, or a UX designer intern, feel free to go onto our website, university.indeed.jobs, to actually apply for the role. And check out what are the requirements and what are the details over there. So I've put the address in the chat itself, so you can put it there itself. So looking at this, there's not much question that is being asked at this moment. So I would ask for everyone who is here today, when the webinar ends, there's going to be a survey that will be sent out to everyone. You'll be redirected to a survey link actually. So it would be great if you can help me fill up the survey link and let me know whether this series of events in Grad Tech is actually helpful for you, and what you're actually looking for to do with us, and also what other events you're looking for us to actually hold in the future. So if you have any suggestions, any ideas that you're looking for, or anything that you want to highlight to us, let me know through the survey. If not, you also have my email address. You can find me on LinkedIn as well. Just get in touch, and we'll be able to discuss further from there. So if there's no more questions, thank you everyone for joining today. We look forward to seeing you inside Indeed at other Grad Tech events. All right, see you. Bye bye.
Guys, bye bye.